Yes, sir. It's your boy Kyle the Kid and Mega the Boy, and welcome to another episode of Vibe with Your Boys podcast. How you feeling, Mega? How you living?
Long day.
Long day? You're not tired or sleepy, are you?
No, I was home all day. I just felt like I should say it was a long day. I was home all day. I
You didn't really do shit.
No, I wasn't.
So you flagging in front of the people?
I just felt like it was nice to say it. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It just sounds good.
Yeah, I ain't do shit.
Do me a favor?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. All right, bet. Now that we got that out the way. Today you vibing with your girl, Estella B.
Yo, what it is?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Can't complain. How's your year been? How's your 22 been?
It's been really good. It's been like a roller coaster, but for the most part, it's been pretty lit. Like I'm accomplishing stuff that I've been wanting to do, so can't complain.
Checking them off the list.
Yeah, definitely.
You say roller coaster. Is it like a good roller coaster, a bad roller coaster?
A good roller coaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you going up.
Yeah, but you know when you be like,
little-
when you be
trials.
overthinking and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, like that.
Good.
I could easily. I'm very much an overthinker. Gotta get out of
I
there.
can respect that. I can
Yeah.
respect that. So let's get into it. Where are you from originally? Like
Broward, Fort Lauderdale.
born and raised.
Yes, sir.
Most deaf.
Yeah.
Family background, like
My mom is Haitian, but she was born in Bahamas. But both of her parents are Haitian,
okay.
and then my dad is also straight Haitian.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
okay. So what would you describe yourself? We said fashion designer. What's the title that you?
Fashion designer
Fashion
for
designer,
sure.
okay.
Yeah. Even though I know how to do a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
I just consider myself a fashion designer.
Always into it since like a kid.
Yeah, I could say that. Like when I was a kid, I used to hand sew stuff onto my like shirts and stuff just to wear to school.
Who taught you that, moms?
No, I actually just learned on my own. But it's crazy because like my great aunt, she's like the only one that knows how to sew in our family, and she had passed away. But everybody's like, oh my God, you took after her. And I'm like, I guess so. I don't know.
I feel like that's a lost art form.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Because my grandma knew how to do it. Her sister knew how to do it.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
feel like
just
that's something that should be
that's
taught.
clutch.
Yeah.
That's clutch as
That's something
hell.
that should be taught. Even like if it's a simple hand sewing, I feel like everyone should know
they
that.
definitely should get like that type of stuff back in school.
Yeah.
It's like, not to say like everybody's gonna learn how to do
Yeah,
it, but like
yeah,
the more
Right.
the better. Why
Yeah.
not? Just having
And
that
I heard
skill.
they used to have like
Yeah, they
classes
did.
like
Mhm.
that.
They
And
did,
yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
They don't got nothing now.
Yeah, it's fucked up out here.
Yeah.
So you've always taken a liking in fashion. You started like just sewing stuff.
hmm
When did you? No, how about this? Who did you look at and just be like, I like their style, like it inspired me, whether a family member or a famous person, like when you were younger?
I used to look after Tiana Taylor a lot when it came down to like fashion and style. I love her. She's so raw and
Mhm.
different. Yeah. But I would say that's probably like the only person I could really say for real, because she was really raw. I was watching her ever since like the Sweet 16. Y'all remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
Been-
she's not.
been-
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
for sure.
I've been a fan.
Yeah.
Sure. What's the first thing you made that you wore?
That I wore.
Mhm.
What was that? Well, so I really started doing like the denim slides. Like I used to go to the thrift store and just buy recycled jeans like Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, cut them up and got some sandals from like Walmart and hot glue them on.
At what age?
You said what?
At what age?
Right after high school, so like 18, 19.
So when you had the sewing talent, but you wasn't really making stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I didn't
Okay.
start sewing until like 2017.
Oh,
Like I
okay,
taught
okay.
myself how to sew 2017.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but
okay.
before I taught myself how to sew, I was doing the denim sandals. I was like, because I was working a 9 to 5 at a call center, and I was fresh out of high school, and I'm like, I don't want to work for these people. So one day I'm like, I ain't going to work. I gotta find a way to make some money, and I just did the slides and I posted on Facebook, and I was like $40 each. Everybody like, ooh, let me grab them.
So you called off that day.
Yeah,
Did you
I
go-
called off. I was
Did-
like,
did
bitch,
you
I
go
ain't
back
going.
after that?
I went back after like 3 days, and then
You
I
called
ended
off
up
for 3
getting,
days?
yeah, then I ended up getting
I-
fired.
I've been there before.
I ended up getting fired, so I was like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna just do this shit. Like,
You was a bad
employee.
employee.
I wasn't a bad employee, but I used to work with my sister, and people used to like try my sister. So I'm the sister that's gonna pop off.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm the
That's
young
even-
one. Y'all know how that go. The second
Yeah,
child.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you made you said the slides,
Yeah, it was denim slides.
denim
yeah.
slides, and did that inspire you to like, okay, I can actually start doing something with this?
Yeah, but I started doing the denim slides, and then it was this event called Haitian Pride Festival.
Mhm.
My cousins was a part of it, And he wanted me to like style the girls for the fashion show portion because it was like music, fashion, painting, all that stuff. So I was like, okay, I don't mind styling them. And then he was like, he gonna like basically just pick out the pieces, and I could just pick out the pieces for the girls. And I'm sending him stuff. He like, this shit too expensive. He was like, you think we could find a cheaper way? You don't think you could just buy some fabric and make it? I'm like, I ain't never sew a day in my life. Why would I do that? So then he was like, I'm gonna just buy you a sewing machine. You could just teach yourself how to sew. I'm like, okay, bet. But he took a while to buy the sewing machine. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go get it myself. Because he put it in my head like I could try to do it. So I went to Walmart and bought like an $80 sewing machine. And I went on YouTube and I did like a simple pencil skirt for the first one. And it came out good. So I was like, okay, let's do this shit.
Off of YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. When I be seeing people like with the machine and stuff, I be like, that shit looks scary. I end up fucking your shit up.
Everybody always say, you ain't scared to jam your finger, this and that, this and that. I'm like, I did that before. It's kind of like,
oh, you just
thugging
like,
it. Yeah.
Soldier.
Yeah, you got shit. To. It come with it.
Most def.
Yeah.
So you made the pieces for the festival?
Yeah, I made like 10 pieces within a week, and that was my first time.
That was a sell?
Yeah, I made 10 pieces within a week. I still have the pictures to this day too. It was so funny. And then before that, we actually had a photo shoot for it, and we stapled all of the fabric together and made the outfits like that. And
with your staples?
Yeah, with a stapler. Yeah.
Okay. Now, going back a little bit, being that, you have like Haitian culture, Haitian background, we speak to like, whether in life or on the podcast, we speak to a lot of like Caribbean women who just like their parents wanted them to like go to school or like be a nurse or like do something like that. Did you have any of that to where your parents wanted you to do certain things instead of like fashion or?
Yeah, like no, not even. Well, I guess you could say that, but they just like go to school, this and that. And I'm just like, I'm the black sheep. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. So, I was just doing my own thing. I ain't listen to nobody. I never care. People, you get asked, and they be like, Stella don't care about nobody. She don't care what nobody say. And it's just like, cause none of y'all gonna help me anyways. Y'all want me to go to college, but y'all ain't gonna pay for it. So it's like,
true.
I'm not doing that. I ain't gonna put myself in debt for nothing. And I'm like, I went to college for like a semester or two, and then I was like, nah. Yeah, I was like, nah, this ain't it.
Yeah, you better than me. I ain't trying.
Yeah, I was like, this ain't it. So I was just like, yeah, let me just do my own thing. Cause I don't really care what people gotta say. But one thing I can say, my grandma on my dad's side, she always been the one like, just let her be. She know what she doing. Like, yeah. But everybody else like, nah, she need to go to school. You need to get a job. You need to do this. And I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the Stella B brand, when did you like, okay, I'm going to call it Stella B. I'm going to go off of that and actually start developing the idea for the brand?
I think I officially named it Estella B like 2-3 years ago, because initially it was Styles by Stella, and I was like, that was just the start. But then I started to gain like a different vision for it. Like during COVID time, I used to only do like strictly customs, and then now like I do it to where I separate the custom from like my actual brand, because like I like dropping collections instead of like just doing custom work. So like the previous collection I did was the Paradise collection. That was my most recent. And then the one for New York Fashion Week. I haven't dropped that yet though. But I don't know. I just wanted to, so in Creole they call me Estella. So that's how I named my brand. And I just have a different vision for it. I want it to be like a Black Chanel type shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like long-term goals.
Yeah, long-term, for sure.
Okay. And what was the perception from like your peers? Because like Brad has this culture to where like they'll support you. Sometimes they have to wait till others or however So how was your peers like? Oh, you making clothes? Like, were they buying them?
For the most part, I say I was getting a good amount of support
from the beginning.
Yeah, I was getting a good amount of support for sure. But like now, I could like when I drop collections, I wouldn't say I get as much love as like the customs. Like I'll get more customers down here for customs rather than like when I drop a collection. But like when I drop collections, I get support from like New York, New Jersey. I even had a bunch of international orders like last year around COVID time.
That's what's up.
I hit like probably like I got orders from Netherlands, UK, Canada, Belgium.
International brand, by the way.
Yeah. I was shocked when them orders was coming. I was like, oh shit, nah. Can't tell me nothing. And I hit like half of the U.S., 25 states. So yeah,
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So do you have a team, or are you doing everything yourself?
Everything by myself. I'm
Like
looking
every
for a
piece?
team. Yes,
Oh,
I'm looking
shit.
for a team. I had an assistant, but she's fired.
She's fired.
She fired, so she didn't quit.
Yeah, she's fired because
Okay.
New York Fashion Week was like something that she was supposed to be there for, but she texted me like 2 days before saying that she couldn't come. So
Oh,
this is recent?
yeah, just recent.
Damn.
My first assistant, yeah.
Damn.
How long was she
Yeah.
working for you?
Not long. It was like probably like a month or two.
Or this is like a child test or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. But she was supposed to be there because it was hectic. Oh my God, New York Fashion Week was hectic. If it wasn't for my mom, I would have been in all over the place. My mom came there for the whole week with me.
For real?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah.
Hold on. we ain't gonna put you out, sis. Don't worry about it. But was the reason at least legit? Because you said it 2 days before, like
I don't think that's the only thing that happened. That's not the
It
only
was-
thing
it
that
was a
happened.
build-up.
It was a build-up. It was a build-up.
Oh my God. It was a build up.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
the build up was like, oh my gosh, like girl. And then like the two days before, because we were supposed to leave on Monday, and she texted me like Saturday and was like, her stepmom died. But like how I don't know. I hate to say people lying, but like how I don't
Ironic.
know. Yeah, like it's just like, and then it's the build up that got me like.
But you know, sometimes when and you hear like employers say this a lot, like if you ever been in like a job, like you know, it could be a lot of actual legit reasons, but at the same time, you just have too much going on.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah,
to where
that's
it's like,
exactly
it's not
how.
gonna work.
Yeah, that's exactly how
It's
it
not
is.
gonna
I'm
work.
like, it was like every day when she was supposed to come and help me cut up something. It's like, oh, I gotta go to the hospital because this and that is in the hospital, or I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like, I'm like, okay.
Because at this point, I'm putting a task for you to do to make my life easier, and I'm going in with the mind frame like, okay, I'm gonna be able to get this done because she's gonna handle this.
Mm-hmm.
When you telling me you're not coming every day, it's like
I gotta
change
handle that.
everything
Yeah,
on around. My
exactly.
timetable not the same no more.
Mhm.
This and that. So
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
it was like it's crunch time, baby. Like,
what do you? This basically like if y'all want to work for Estella B, this
yeah,
gonna be
no, for real. I need an assistant intern.
What
all
are you
that.
looking for?
I really want an assistant, like somebody that can be there, like, cause you know I still do the customs.
Mm-hmm.
So with customs, I have to have like people come in and do their fittings. I take their measurements, take their payment, and then I go through like what they want done. Like they could show me a picture and be like, they want something like this, but they want to add feathers. They want to do this. They want to do that. Like the assistant can do that type of stuff. And then me, I could just focus on actually making the pieces. Yeah. But I also want an assistant that knows how to sew as well. So that knows how to cut and sew. So like by the time I get to the shop, like you have the fabric already cut for me to just sew it. You feel me?
Gotcha.
Like just make it easy.
easier.
Yeah.
For
That could
sure.
do fabric run, like go buy the fabric. Just stuff like that. Control like the online orders, online emails, stuff like that. Yeah.
For sure. Well,
Was this your first fashion week?
Yes.
So how was that? First off, how did you get into it?
So it was so crazy because I posted on my close friends. I was like, oh my God, yeah, I need to go to New York Fashion Week. I want to go to New York Fashion Week. And then that same day, I got an email from One Way 7, and it was like they wanted to invite me to New York Fashion Week. And I was like, damn, the power of the tongue is real.
So it wasn't something that you even applied for or anything.
No, I didn't apply. I didn't apply at all.
Invitation.
Yeah, they invited me. I didn't apply at all, but I did have to pay to be a part of it, and it was very much expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh.
You were saying it was worth it?
It was definitely worth it. It was. That was like probably like the biggest investment I ever did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you already have your new collection dropped?
No. So I signed the contract like 2 months before the actual show. So like once I signed the contract, I was like, okay, I got to think of something. So I was just sitting there sketching on my iPad because that's what I usually do it on. And then I'm like, dang, I got to think of like some raw ass fabric. I don't want to get like no typical fabric that you could just go in the fabric store and find. So I'm like, okay, let me try to think of something. And I liked like watercolor, the watercolor design. So I tried to find somebody on Fiverr to do it. And it was just coming out so trash. I was getting so discouraged because it was like 2 weeks going by 3 weeks. And I'm like, oh my God, I still have to get the design of the fabric, get it printed on the fabric, and then actually make it. So finally, I was talking to Polo, and he made his homeboy do the design for me. And that's how it came out.
Shout out to Polo.
Shout out Polo. Yeah, much love.
Yeah.
So once you got that, you're like, okay, what was the next step?
I had to go get the actual fabric made, and thank God I got a good relationship with them. They did it within like a day, and then I ended up just sewing it, and then what else? Yeah, that was just about it. I ended up sewing it, but it's just a lot, especially because it was 10 pieces. So it's like you gotta hurry up and get it done because you never know if you have to make some adjustments and things like that.
So do you have to bring your own models, or like do you?
I could, but I had brought 2 of my own models. I have a friend named Phoebe. I went to high school with her.
Shout out Phoebe.
Yeah, and she lives in New Jersey, and she's a real deal model, like international model. And when she seen that I was gonna be there, she was like, "Bitch, I better be walking in your show." I said, "You know it, like what?" So she was like one of the first models I already had locked in. And then when I was promoting that I was going to be at New York Fashion Week, it was this girl named Chocolate Wavy on Instagram. She hit me up and was like, she would love to be a part of it. And I was like, she looked bomb. So I was like, okay, shit, send me a video of you walking. And she did. And I was like, okay, we can do it. We can make it work.
And then the rest was kind of like you judging who was going to walk.
Yeah,
through, right?
the rest, basically that's why I had spent the whole week in New York. I got there Monday, and like Tuesday and Wednesday they had a big casting call. It was like over 1,200 people that was there like trying to model and get casted. So
how many could you pick?
I only had 10 pieces, so I already had my 2 girls, so I only needed
8.
Yeah, 8 more girls. Well, 6 more girls and 2 boys, because I was my first time dropping the men's line too.
Oh, you got something for the men's now?
Yeah, I got something for the men. Yeah.
For sure.
So I had 2 male models and 8 women models. So I just picked them that day. Yeah.
Got you. First time in New York?
No, my first time in New York was like 2018, 2019. But I was a jig. I wasn't really there turning up or whatever. Like I was just doing stuff. I was there for like 2 days, 3 days.
Okay. So New York Fashion Week, I'm assuming the city was very busy. What was the energy like?
I actually loved it. You know how people be saying that New Yorkers are rude and stuff? I didn't run into nobody rude. Like, everybody was just real chill, real nice and friendly. But everybody was saying that because they was like, well, you're a fashion designer. You're here for New York Fashion Week. Everybody going to be nice to you because you're basically like a celebrity to them. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so. They was all cool. Like, they was real. One of my male models, he like, after the fashion show, he like, I got a work van. If y'all want to slide in there, y'all don't got to pay for Uber. We could just go anywhere. Like, he was just being so nice. I was like, I fucks with him. Long way, for real.
That's what's up. So what was the total experience like, how everything went as far as New York Fashion Week?
It was kind of the week of, like, it was kind of stressful, but it went by smooth. I was like, I pray I don't cry, because I actually broke down like 2 days before I left. Because with the assistant thing and like everything, just like, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do, this and that. But when I got there, it was like everything was just going smooth, and I'm like, I cannot cry. I'm not gonna cry. I ain't even cry when like after the show or nothing like that. I was just happy. I was like, okay.
How many people went with you?
So my mom was there the whole week with me, and then Herb, of course, because he vlogged everything. And then Thursday was when all my peoples came. It was like my sister, my best friend, her mom, my sister, like my stepsister, I guess you could say, my homegirl Chantel.
So you had support.
Yeah, I had a lot of people out there.
It made it easier.
Greatness, yeah. Yeah, they all came out there. I was like, yeah, y'all, I fucks with y'all. The day of, they like, let me know what you need. They all was there backstage with me.
That's lit.
Greatness, I followed Greatness a long way. I'm like, damn, I put my dress on and I did not put lotion on my legs. I'm like, oh my God, y'all, I'm so ashy. He's talking about Zoe, you know I fuck with you if I'm about to lotion your legs, Zoe. I'm like, you're so funny, man. You know, for real. Greatness is my dog. That's my brother.
For sure. One highlight that stands out to you for that week that was like
the billboard.
Oh,
yeah.
You had a billboard?
Yeah.
Oh, you lit.
I didn't know they was gonna do the billboard. They told me the morning of, like, they emailed me and was like, your billboard will be live at noon. And I was like, what? Where?
At noon.
Yeah, I was like, where? They was like at the Forever 21 iconic billboard on Broadway. I was like, oh yeah, we gotta get there, y'all. I'm like, we gotta get there. But I had a hair appointment at 1:00, and you know, New York traffic is crazy. So I tried to hurry up and walk there because it was like 5 minutes distance, but we went to the wrong Forever 21. So I was like, dang, I can't go see it. I was like, okay, everybody, when I come, because that's the day everybody came down. So I was like, when I finish my hair, y'all meet me at the billboard at 4:00. And then we just went all at 4:00, and then we seen it, and it was lit. I was like, oh my God.
Surreal experience.
Yeah, I was like, a bitch is really on the billboard.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I'm like, that's dope. Like, that's for sure.
Yeah.
When did your mother like really start supporting the vision? Because you said that they wanted you to go to school, etc. So when did she start supporting the vision? I'll
say like she just, my mom ain't really like too emotional, you could say. Like, she ain't the type that's gonna like, but I would say probably like I had gotten into a real bad accident February 2020, and then I was coming from my shop because I ain't even tell her I had a shop. And I already had a shop for like a year, and I didn't say nothing. So I got into a real bad accident, and she ended up coming to come get me from the accident. Like, they ran right into the back of my car. And then she was like, where were you coming from? I was like, from my shop. And then she was just like, what the hell? Like, you got a shop? So then after that, like, when I got into the accident, and I went ahead and got a new car, and I got back on my feet because I had like a concussion and everything. Like, it was really bad. So I started back sewing, and I started like dropping more collections, doing more pieces. And she started seeing me, because I never used to follow her on Instagram or nothing like that. But then she started seeing like I'm posting consistently, like she's seeing the work or whatever. And I barely was never home. So she like, okay, like what you got going on? Yeah, you feel me? So then she see it. So then with the Paradise collection, I had dropped that like June, July. That was her first time coming to my shop. I had my launch party, and then she was very supportive and everything. So she like, damn, she really doing it. I'm like, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
For sure. How is the process of getting a shop?
It wasn't hard.
Where's your shop?
On Sunrise, like by Galleria Mall.
Broad, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, by Galleria Mall. It's I had got it in February 2020. Or right before COVID got like real big. I had got it right before then. I was working like a 9 to 5 right before at Lexus of Pembroke Pines, and I was like, let me just stack my money up because it was like sales. So I had got like my first big commission check, and I was like, yeah.
You selling cars?
No, well, it was like, you set appointments, like the BDC thing, and people that like do inquiries online and stuff, you call them, try to get them in. Like, I was doing that. So I got my first big check. I was like, okay.
What they told me.
Yeah, that thing was, I had got, because we get paid every week. It was like $12 an hour every week. And then the bonus check was like that one check. That thing was like 2 bands. I was like, okay. Then I added. Then you got to think about the hourly check too. So I was like, okay, good. I was like, I had got like, I was new at that job too. I got like 2 commission checks, and I was like, okay, let me go get the shop. And I was looking for like 3 months because I used to sew outside of in my room, and I would have people come to my house and try it on and stuff, and my mom would get like aggravated because there'll be needles on the floor and stuff. But it's not like I was trying, but it just come with what I do. That. Yeah. So I was like, I can't do prom season again in the crib. So I'm like, let me just find a suite. So I ended up finding one. It took me like 3 months to find like the perfect one, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just cash out on that. So yeah.
And from there, how has like the experience been owning your own shop and running your own shop?
I love it. I love like being out, like, and then because I used to work out my room, so it's kind of like
different type of
piece. So it's way better just having your own space to like do what you love to do. Like, it's very different. And I fucks with that one. So
you said prom season, like you were making like dresses,
gowns, yeah.
I know that has to be like stressful.
It's stressful as hell. Like my worst year probably was like 2018, 2019. That was like the worst year ever. I overbooked myself though. That was my fault.
Did everybody get their dress?
No.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I overbooked myself. I was like, I'll never do no shit like that again.
Hit them with the sorry boo.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, like the first year I did it, I was like, okay, it was smooth. And that second year, I was like, yeah, I'm finna cash out because that money be looking good during prom season. Oh my God.
I'm
like, okay, yeah. So I'm like, I overbooked myself. That was my fault though. But you live and you learn. So it is what it is. That was the worst year though. It was like 2 days straight. I ain't eat, sleep, nothing. I'm just in front of the sewing machine. My sister's like, girl, you need to eat. Girl, I'm like, no, I don't got time.
How early do you start? Like for prom season? How early? Do you start?
Like this year, I'm about to start next month.
I'm about to say now. That's funny.
Yeah,
I'm about to say now.
Yeah, I'm getting the flyer made. It should be done tomorrow, but I'm starting next month, like ASAP. Because the earlier you start, the better. The more, the way better. Because you get them dresses out the door real quick.
How would you describe like a Broward fashion scene compared to like a New York? Because I had somebody on the podcast recently who was in New York Fashion Week, and he described he said their fashion is kind of weird. So how would you like describe it? From
Broward fashion?
Like New York fashion.
It's not weird. They're just very creative. I feel like Broward ain't nothing like how New York fashion is. Like New Yorkers are creative. They're just them.
You think they stepping harder?
Yeah. Well, I feel like with Broward fashion, it ain't really like, it's everybody dressed the same. Pretty much. Yeah, everybody dressed the same. They all look like mannequins. Like New Yorkers, they actually creative. They wear what the fuck they want to wear. So it's like you can't really compare the two. I feel like. But of course, like if you talking about like the street fashion or whatever, our shit is better. But but real deal fashion, like people stepping outside the box and stuff, New York got that on lock.
I know you said Tiana Taylor was like a huge inspiration, like fashion wise, but any other people you recognize as like fashion icons in the industry that be like, I just respect their work?
I'm trying to think. Rihanna is really good. Rihanna. I like her. Yeah. Who else? I can't really think.
So what do you draw your inspiration from? Like what? Because all creatives, a lot of them go through like a roadblock of not knowing what direction to go or what to do or the vision. So what do you draw your inspiration from to get that?
It's a bunch. It's different things I could just gain inspiration from. Like I don't know. I could just be sitting here and I'm looking at the light and I'm like, oh, I like how the light shine and maybe I could do a little, like it's different. It depends like what type of mood I'm in or whatever. Okay. And sometimes if I just go to the fabric store and I see a specific fabric and I'm like, damn, this will look good with this style or whatever. Like that's how I kind of go based off of it. But I don't really look at others and be like, oh, let me do that. Let me do this or whatever. But when it comes down to customs, of course, like everybody's shit gonna be the same because most people, they just see a dress online and they be like, they want this too. Yeah. But when it comes down to like my collections, like I don't know. Like my most popular collection was the Annie collection during COVID. And with that one, I just went to the fabric store and I was like, oh, this will look so raw with it as a collection. Like, let me just sit down and like just draw some shit out. And that's how I went about it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, I want to kind of shift as far as like you being like a businesswoman who, like you said, you could be busy and you're working by yourself basically. Yeah. Not basically, you are working by yourself. How does that balance with the personal life as far as like wanting to go out or hang with friends? Like,
I be outside.
You find time for it.
I be outside. I do. But I know how to juggle it though. I know how to like, okay, I ain't going out this month at all. Like, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm finna
You'll stick to it.
Yeah, like, I'm not going out. I know how to be disciplined when it's time to be disciplined. But like this past week, I'm celebrating because I just did New York Fashion Week. Sure. I'm outside, so I was outside this week, but. Now I'm like, okay, I done got enough turn up out of me, so I'm about to get back in my shell. Yeah.
Okay. What about like dating wise, as far as finding time for that? Like, be people that come in when you're trying to. I mean, I'm saying like it'd be people that come in and they just like disturb what you got going on. Like they're not adding nothing.
Like nowadays, I'm not talking to nobody that ain't like supporting the movement. Like they ain't really, you feel me? Like contributing to whatever I'm doing. Even it don't gotta be money. It don't gotta be nothing like serious. But as long as you like giving me like shooting ideas or just
being supportive.
Yeah, just being supportive. Like that's the only people I'm fucking with. If you ain't deuces, I don't got time.
Because, of course, I mean, you need somebody that's understanding. Like, you're working long hours, sometimes maybe a whole day. So you may not have the time to just be laid up or just doing stuff. So you may need somebody who also has things of their own to do. Yeah. So is that like things like you look at like, okay, or you're not even like focused, whatever comes?
I'm not dealing with no bum, that's for sure. You got to have something going on. Like, because I'm not the type to just... sleeping, I be up by 7, 8 o'clock. So I can't even be laid up all day and do no. So they gotta have a little motion going on. I can't. You can't just be waking up at no fucking 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and just sitting there laying around. Like, no, I ain't doing that.
So what are some things that if a guy has these type of qualities, like he don't even much come your way, like some like don'ts? Or pet peeves you have, or anything like that?
I'm
Bum
trying to
nigga.
think.
Bum,
You said bums.
Bum.
Yeah, I don't do that. I can't even say kids no more because I feel like I'm 25. I feel like I'm old enough to like, you know, people that shit gonna happen like regardless. So
Yeah,
it's like
it's
it is
part
what
of
it
life.
is. Yeah, I'll accept that now. But back then I used to be like, I ain't fucking with no nigga with no kids.
My first gotta be
Yeah.
your first type shit.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm too grown now. Like that's just gonna come with it. But
And it's one of those things like the longer you wait to have your own first kid is like the more
you have to accept it.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I may run into somebody that's a good person that may have a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. But I don't know. I can't think off the top of head like what's the like, you better not step to me. I mean, cause I just know shit happens. Like even if it's like a nigga that don't got no car, what if he just crashed his car last week? Like he gotta bubble up to go get him
But
another
you realize
car.
he got something going for himself.
Yeah,
regardless. Okay.
yeah.
All right, so flip it a little bit. What's some non-negotiables for you? Like, you have to like have these qualities for it to work.
That's a good question.
Communication, because I know I'm getting better with communication.
You're not good at it,
but I feel like I am pretty good at it. I feel like I am, but it's like both of us can't
be bad.
Yeah, you feel me? Like
that gotta be a strong point of yours.
Yeah, like and I feel like he gotta do that, and I feel like what's another non-negotiable? I was just talking to my homegirl about this too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we hear with
Yeah. What's another non-negotiable? I don't like I said, just being supportive. If you're not supporting my shit, then that's a no-no. Because I get up every day and grind. So it's like, you got to be my piece. You got to be able to keep me up. Like, you feel me? So, I don't know. I'm trying to think. What's another non-negotiable? I can't really think off top head. I can't think.
Don't be a bum.
Don't be a bum. Don't be a bum.
And know how to communicate. If you got those two things, you may have a chance.
You may have a chance.
You may have a chance.
Maybe.
I want to ask you about something that kind of is recent in the news, but been happening, but we haven't had a chance to really talk about on here. Did you see what happened with Irv Gotti and Ashanti?
Irv Gotti, who was that? Who?
You see what happened with Ashanti?
Ashanti, the singer?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you be in the shop sewing everything. You'll be having time to step out and look. No, so basically Ashanti, of course the singer, it's a documentary. I'm afraid because you may not know. You ever heard of Murder Inc?
No.
Okay. Hold on, time out.
I'm like,
are you into music?
I am, but not like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It depends.
So basically, it was a situation of like, they dated like 20 years ago, and then he doing a documentary for his record label that he had, and he's like bringing up that they dated and everything, and it was like a bad look because people are like, this happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And here you are,
nigga,
like,
let that shit go.
Talking about it.
Yeah.
So is that like, I know it happens, but do you have any experiences with that to where like guys like, nigga, you still talking about me or?
I don't know, because one thing about me, like stuff never really be coming back to me. So if anybody talking about me, I ain't gonna really know. But I will hope not, because I only really claim one ex. Other than that, like that high school shit, middle school shit, that shit don't really matter.
High school don't count?
Okay. Yeah, no.
Senior year don't count?
No.
That's tough.
He said senior year. Why? It count to you?
Oh, I mean, I don't think so. But I'm just saying, you may have been with somebody from, junior year or sophomore to senior year.
Yeah, I mean, it's all love, but it ain't like, because I feel like that shit kiddie. Like, because I wasn't in high school.
That's like 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah, like high school days, it's like that petty shit. It's not like we waking up every morning together and stuff like that. Like, that's not a real relationship to me. So I only claim one person as my ex. That's it. Everything
usually like ends. If it ends, it doesn't end with like a whole bunch of drama attached to it. Like,
I don't got no bad blood with nobody. I don't like ending stuff off with bad blood, because you never know. Anything can happen in the future. Everybody can probably change. That man could probably change his life, and that may be the one for you. You never know.
How are you with like friends? Because like you said, like you have a lot to do. You say you do like to go out still though. So are you like looking for people that like are not just pushing you to go out, but also supportive? Like, how is that for you?
I need boss friends. That's the only thing I like. Boss friends. Yeah, like everybody around me doing something. My best friend does lashes. I have a friend, Nisha. She do hair. Everybody got something going. My sister, she does taxes, credit. Her boyfriend does real estate. I got homeboys into sales, car dealerships. Everybody got some shit going. Everybody got their own motion. So I cannot be friends with no bum. I can't.
What's like somebody who always don't have their own or not working towards their own?
I ain't gonna say like, well, yeah, always, because it's like you never got no money to do nothing. Like you never, you feel me? But it's like, because I know shit happens. It's gonna be times where it's like, damn, I can't really move how I want to move. Yeah, shit happens. But if it's like you always just don't got no money and you ain't even trying to make no money, like, no, you got to get it together.
Got you.
Yeah.
So moving forward, Stella B, the brand, what is your vision for it? You said you just dropped some menswear that's coming. For the rest of the year and moving forward, what's the plans?
For the rest of the year, I'm going to expand for sure with the shop and everything. And then I'm gonna drop the collection. I don't know when I want to drop it though. The New York collection. I don't know when I'm gonna drop it. But as for now, like I'm just gonna be focused on like homecoming, prom, because I feel like prom is gonna be really big next year. What else? And I definitely want to get more into the men clothing. Because I have a lot of homeboys and they all be asking me like, you need some shit for us, and I'm like, okay, bitch, y'all better be buying when I drop this shit. So I'ma definitely try to focus on men too. What else? And yeah, like I had dropped my first heels before, but it was pre-orders only, and I didn't get enough pre-orders. So I want to try to double back on that too with the shoes.
Give it a new relaunch. And everything. Okay. Yeah. Now, before you go, I want to ask you a few things so people can know what not to do or how to help themselves within their craft. What are some fashion pet peeves of yours? Like stuff that you hate when people do, or
like when they come to me for like pieces and stuff,
or just like you hate to see people do, like wear or
stuff that make you cringe.
If you have any fashion pet peeves.
I don't like fleece material. I hate fleece stuff. Like
like the sporty fleece stuff, for real?
Yeah, I don't really like fleece. I don't know. It just give me like a teddy bear that was thrown in a dryer. Like that's what it gives. Oh, shit. And then what's another thing? Like right now, I hate that these girls like they just be throwing on the Givenchy shark boots with every fucking thing. Like,
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that on Twitter.
Aggravating. Like, oh my gosh, you cannot wear that with everything. Like, we understand you got the boots, girl. But what's another thing? I be seeing a lot of stuff like, oh no, they need to hire a stylist. So I don't know. It's just when I see it, I'm gonna be like,
You point it out right there. Gotcha.
I'm like, that ain't it. That ain't it, sis.
Gotcha. What advice would you give to somebody who's trying to learn how to balance work life and personal life? Like any tips that you may have, or what helped you to do it?
At one point, I started meditating like a lot, like every morning, and working out and stuff like that. Yeah, that helps a lot. That helps a lot, especially with like anxiety, and especially if you're an overthinker. That definitely helps a lot. So I would say, if you got to, make time. It ain't even if you got time. Even like it's 15 minutes or something, that will make everything go so much smoother. I would definitely say make a schedule every Sunday. Make a schedule. That's
Stay
how
organized.
That's how shit goes smooth. Like I try to do that the last couple weeks I've been slacking because of New York Fashion Week, but every Sunday I would literally sit down and be like, okay, Monday I gotta do this, and Tuesday I gotta do this, and put it in my calendar thing and set the times. If I gotta leave the house at a certain time, I put the address in. It tells you when you can leave, when you can make it. Like you gotta be organized. You have to be organized if you want a smooth selling type of thing. Yeah.
Most definitely. Well, let them know.
Hold on, before you do that. So when you watch the fashion weeks, right? You be seeing the outrageous clothing that people the designers have, but you never see it like outwear, whatever.
In New York, I did.
What's the point of it? You seen it?
Yes,
it's probably regional.
They probably
regional where they release them.
So people actually wear those.
Yeah. Yeah, in New York, definitely. You see some crazy stuff, but it's like, damn, that shit cool. But you, down here, you ain't gonna see nobody wearing that in the club.
They gonna look at you
weird.
That's
what I was talking about earlier with the fashion.
Yeah, you ain't gonna see nobody wearing that. But New York, it's like, it's New York Fashion Week, so you gotta step. You gotta be different to be seen. So they're gonna wear that stuff that's outside the box. Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let everybody know where they can find you at, where they tap in with you at.
So you can follow me on Instagram at @thatblackgirl_, and also shop Estella B and the EB Couture. Those are both of my business pages. And then Twitter _ @thatblackgirl with 2 L's at the end. Thank you.
Most definitely. Y'all go ahead and tap in. Go ahead and shop. Appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Nice conversation. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's Kyle the Kid, Mega the Boy, and we out.
Yeah, I did.
Yes, sir.